All right, welcome everyone to our virtual college fair for the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling. We wanted to welcome everyone tonight. Just a few housekeeping reminders before we get started with our session. Your camera and microphones are off, so our college representatives cannot see or hear you. However, if you do have any questions throughout the session, feel free to use the Q&A button on your screen to ask any questions throughout tonight. If you want to sign up for more sessions, we do have others happening tonight and also throughout the week, so you can hear from some more colleges and universities. Also, this session is being recorded and will be available online at stryscan.com/Pennsylvania. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to our first institution, Edinboro University.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us tonight, everyone. My name is Ariel Phillips. I'm an assistant director of admissions here at Edinboro University. I'm also a two-time alum from Edinboro, so I can speak to both the student side of things as well as the administrative side. So a little bit about us here. We are located in Western Pennsylvania. We are about 15 minutes south of Erie, PA. We sit in a nice little spot about 2 hours away from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Buffalo. We're considered a smaller school, around 4,000 students. So what that means is smaller classroom sizes for you guys. You really get to know the professors, the other people in your program. We're about a 16-to-1, 15-to-1 student-teacher ratio. So you're not a number, and there's tons of networking opportunities. Here at Edinboro, we have over 100 different majors. Some of our big ones are that we are considered the largest art school within the state system, with 15 different concentrations just within the art department. Everything from biology, health sciences, communication studies and disorders, business, health and physical education, nursing, and then about 35% of our students do come in as undeclared. So we have tons of resources to kind of help you navigate those options. Just some big things to look at, some of the numbers of our fall class this year. Again, 19% of our students are within that art department. Education, again, we were founded like many of the other state schools as a teacher's college. So education has stayed one of our biggest programs as well. Biology, health sciences, business. What's nice with business, as well as some of the other programs, it has a 4+1 option for students. So which means you could potentially have your bachelor's, master's in and out in 5 years. Saves you time, saves you money. Very, very great options for students. And with that, we have about 25 different graduate programs, and several of those do offer that 4+1 option for students. So aside from those 4 years, getting in, getting out, getting that degree, and getting on that career path, we're very, very much aware that your classroom experience is not your only experience here at Edinboro. With that, we have over 140 different clubs and organizations, everything from social, professional, and academic Greek life organizations, student government, Highland ambassadors, which I like to call our president's entourage. We are Division II for athletics, with 19 varsity sports, 16 Division II, 1 Division I being wrestling. And then we have tons and tons of intramurals. One of our student favorite clubs and organizations is going to be CORE. It's the Campus Outdoor Recreational Experience. I call them the Adrenaline Junkies. Last semester, they went skydiving, they go kayaking, mountain biking, all those fun, outdoorsy, adrenaline rushing type things. For housing, we have 2 different options for students. We have the traditional as seen on TV, cinder block looking dorms with communal bathrooms. Caveat to those is there's a pet friendly floor. So if you have a small cat, dog, bunny that you would like to have on campus with you as your roommate, you have that option. However, the majority of our apartments, or excuse me, housing are going to be apartment style. We call those Highlands, suites and semi-suites. There are 6 different options for students to choose from. Biggest thing to take from those is that the most amount of people that are in those apartments are 4 people. They all have Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and cable. So to apply for Edinboro, for incoming seniors, if you're a junior this year, our application will open July 1 on our website, August 1 on Common App, and then just a few dates to keep in mind. November 1 is early action deadline, and February 1 is freshman priority deadline. These are there, I say, as loose target goals. We like to say in admissions, the early bird catches the worm. So the sooner you apply, the more financial aid options are going to be afforded to you. To apply, all you have to do is go on and complete the application. We actually no longer even have an application fee. So therefore, point 2 is mute for you. All we need are your high school transcripts, any dual enrollment credits, things along that nature that you may have taken. And then we are test optional. With that, just by applying, we've been able to offer incoming freshmen anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 renewable for up to 4 years based off of a 3.0 and up in possible test scores. We also have an honors college, which offers up to at least additional $1,500. And then we also offer all of our out-of-state students a $3,000 housing scholarship to offset that out-of-state tuition costs for you. So biggest thing is the higher the GPA, the more financial aid free money we can get for you. And that is what I have for you. Again, my name is Ariel. I'll throw my contact info in the chat box for you as well. If you have any questions, please get a hold of me. And thank you.
All right, up next we have Emmanuel College.
There we go. Hi, everyone. My name is Olivia. I'm an Assistant Director of Admissions at Emmanuel College. My contact info is right here as well. I'll drop it in the chat after. I know we're short on time, but Emmanuel is a small Catholic liberal arts school. We are located right in Boston. It's right in the heart of the city. We're about a 10-minute walk away from Fenway Park. If you're walking west, you'll find us. Boston, for anyone who hasn't visited, is super walkable. It's easy to get around. We have 3 T-stops near campus, so 3 stops on our public transit subway system, like I said, within 5-minute walk, which will pretty much take you wherever you have to go. Boston is obviously kind of known as being a big college town, so there's lots of colleges in the area, lots of college students, so there's always something happening, on and off campus for them. We have our 5 different academic schools. Here are just some quick facts. We have our School of Business Management, Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, our School of Nursing, which is our newest school, and our School of Science and Health. We have 1,800 undergrad, 70 different major minor programs, which I'll show on the next slide. We're Division III for sports. Our students are really involved. As you guys can see on the screen, they usually do about 50,000 hours of community service as a whole every year, which is pretty good for a smaller school. And about 80% of our students will participate in that every year. Just one of the many things, to get involved with on campus. We also have 4 years of housing available, which is really unique, like I said, considering we are a city school. First few years are pretty typical housing, double rooms, all that kind of stuff. But then most of our upperclassmen are in our new res hall. It's an 18-story apartment building right on campus. Brand new. It was just opened about 4 or 5 years ago. Really amazing views from up there. So students are definitely sticking around. About 90% of first years live on campus. And about 85% of our total population lives on campus. So definitely very residential, kind of a, best of both worlds situation. You get a traditional looking campus, lots of green space. Also could be right in the middle of a major city. Here are all of our major minor programs. Anything with an asterisk next to it is a minor or a certificate program. Everything else is a major. You could do a double major, you could do a major and a minor, or 2 minors, anything like that. So there's a lot of flexibility. Like I said, a lot of different programs to pick from, and more info is available about all of these different programs right on our website. So something that kind of sets us apart. Everyone will do at least 1 internship before they graduate. For our education majors, your student teaching counts as an internship. For nursing students, your clinical rotations count as an internship, so you don't have to double up or anything like that. But employment rate and grad school placement rate, both really high for a year after graduation. And then on the side of this slide, you guys can see just a small selection of some grad school students have gone on to, and then some selected employers students have gone on to. Another stat that I really like, it's not listed on the slide, but about half of our students' internships will take place within about 2 miles of campus. So again, really easy to get to. It makes it easy to be able to do those while the semester's going on. Don't just have to wait for summer break. There's so much to take advantage of. Our students definitely do. Like I said, we're Division III for sports. You guys can see them all listed here. I won't list them all off. You guys can see those, but definitely a lot of school spirit on campus. Our main turf field that like soccer and lacrosse and stuff play on is right off campus. So if you walk out at the front of campus, kind of walk diagonal for about 2 minutes, the field is right there, so super close by. Women's basketball is really big for us. That's probably the biggest spectator sport. We also have a lot of intramural and club sports. I know we have flag football, we have a dance team on campus. There's also a dance program through the colleges of the Fenway, which is a consortium we're involved in. It's 5 schools all in the Fenway neighborhood. So it's Emmanuel, Simmons, Wentworth Institute of Technology, Mass Pharmacy, and Mass Art. So you can cross-register courses between the schools, which is kind of the biggest perk. But also, like I said, clubs, activities, intramural sports, we kind of all do, together as well if you want to. We do like block parties together, big concerts, stuff like that. So that's a cool program, something I like to bring up on this slide. Again, we have over 100 different clubs and activities on campus, so a lot to pick from. You have your academic groups, you have social organizations, multicultural groups, just kind of like general interest clubs. There's like Star Wars Club, there's a Taylor Swift Club, just random kind of things like that to get involved with. Definitely get involved, no matter where you guys end up going. That's kind of a big piece of advice I have. And like I said before, a lot of our students are getting involved. Community service as well. So lots of different things to pick from, whether it's on campus or, like I said, through the colleges of the Fenway. And then here are our requirements to apply. Try to make it pretty straightforward. We're on the Common App. It's free for everyone. And then we just need your application essay. We need your transcript. We'll get 2 letters of rec, one from a guidance counselor, one from a teacher. TOEFL scores for international students. We are test optional. The only note with that is nursing. We've gone back and forth nursing. It's a newer program for us. So we started requiring tests, then didn't with COVID. Next year is to be determined, but we should know in about a month. So that'll be updated on our website. And then interviews recommended, but definitely not required. But again, a good way for us to get to know you guys. And then just some information for transfer students on the side there. And then just our dates and deadlines. So we have early action 1, November 1, EA2 is the 15th, and regular decision is February 15th. I recommend applying early just to save yourself time, give yourself more time in the back end. If anyone is interested in nursing, definitely apply early. Like I said, it's a smaller program. It's only about 40 students. So definitely want to make sure your application gets in for that. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, my contact information is right here, but I'll type it in the chat as well. But thank you all for joining us today.
All right, next up we have Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
Hello all, my name is Brandon with PIA, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. Simply stated, what we do is put our students and graduates in a position to have careers in the industries of aviation, aerospace, robotics, and beyond technologies. I'll go ahead and share my screen. I'd love to give you a little glimpse into what our campus looks like and what we're all about at PIA. So PIA is a nonprofit educational institution. We've been in existence since 1929, empowering people into the past that I mentioned. PIA is a hands-on educational institution. That is the backbone of what we do, having our students experience their education and live out the lessons that they learn, qualifying them to work on planes, jets, drones, helicopters, blimps, rockets. And if you want more information, whether you're here with me live or watching this recorded, you can scan that QR code or go on pia.edu/learn more. And I'd love to have someone follow up with you, invite you to our upcoming open houses, schedule a personal tour, or just follow up with some questions you may have. But it doesn't end with planes, jets, drones, rockets, blimps. If it moves mechanically, our graduates are qualified to work on it. Anything that you're seeing right there, we have had graduates go into that path professionally. Disney will hire our grads to work on roller coasters. As you're seeing there, such a plethora of different options, submarines that they can explore and go into, which is nice to have that navigation throughout your career. PIA graduates have gone on to work for organizations like NASA, SpaceX, Lockheed Martin, Aerojet Rocketdyne, Piedmont, American Airlines, Boeing. You can find a full list on our website, which I love because it can serve as inspiration and motivation for you for, oh, I never heard of that company. What are they all about? Maybe that is somewhere that I would like as my ultimate dream career destination. Always like to share our top 5 employers from our Pittsburgh campus. Mitsubishi Aircraft, Endeavor, Air Method, literally saving lives. And that's one thing I love about the aviation industry, whether it's commercial, brightening lives through people's ability to travel, whether it's cargo aviation, aiding society, or medical transport, literally transporting patients and supplies that save lives, aerospace, helping humanity forge forward. A lot of nice aspects to not only have a career, but leave your mark on this world in some really wonderful ways. I want to give you a sneak peek into what it looks like to be a student at PIA. About 70% of the time, our students are in our on-campus hangars. Every one of our campuses has a hangar with aircraft. At our Pittsburgh campus, you're seeing our Lear jet there, North American Saberliner. We have helicopters. Rolls-Royce jet engine just got donated to our Youngstown campus. So this is what I mean. Really, our students are getting to experience that aspect of working on aircraft, properly preparing them for the industry. Learn the past of aviation so you can understand the present, dream up and work on the future of this amazing industry. I love our social media. This is our Instagram because it almost serves as a visual course catalog of our aircraft, some of our alumni spotlights, some really great information for you to dive a little deeper. If anything I shared with you excites you, by all means, feel free to check that out and get an even deeper glimpse into what's going on our campus as we shine a light on some of our amazing students. We are the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, but because of massive demand from industry and students, we started expanding in the 2000s. We have a branch campus in Youngstown, Ohio, Hagerstown, Maryland, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right off the ocean. We offer two programs, aviation maintenance technology and aviation electronics technology, more commonly referred to as avionics. Aviation maintenance is the brawn of the aircraft, the physicality, wings, landing gear, propulsion systems. That culminates in students not only getting their education, but getting their Federal Aviation Administration airframe and power plant certification, offered as a certification 16-month at our branch campuses or a 21-month associate in specialized technology at our Pittsburgh main campus. Avionics program culminates in that Federal Communication Commission license, only offered as an associate in specialized technology program at our Pittsburgh main campus. And for the right student, we do have a dual ticket option that can be completed in 33 months, which is both aviation maintenance and aviation electronics. Aviation maintenance technicians, that's what we train, whether it's in aerospace or anything I mentioned. Their job is to make sure aircraft are mechanically safe to fly or operating optimally. What I love about this is there's huge demand for this right now in the industry. 63% of technicians are over 50 years old, not only giving you a gateway into this industry, but an ability to potentially move up through it quickly. Some of the job projections over the course of your career, roughly the next 20 years, massive demand for these technicians right now. So much so that May 24th is AMT Day, a day to celebrate all they do to help aid the world. Coming up in April, I'll be there. It's in Dallas, Texas. It's the Aerospace Maintenance Competition. This is our students' chance. Like, athletes get to show off their skills on an athletic field, theater kids on the stage. This is a competition for tech-generated kids, kids who are interested in mechanical, technical, engineering, to literally go for a week, show off their skills, compete. And as you can see, we've done pretty well. So every one of our campuses sends a team. Cheer us on. Check it out on YouTube coming up this April from Dallas. The Micro Scholarship for Trade Education, we'd love to work with people on. Another empowering opportunity. Right now, Piedmont for our Hagerstown and Myrtle Beach campus is actually offering a tuition reimbursement program where they will pay a student's entire tuition if that student agrees to work for them 2 years out of PIA. Great starting position and a great empowering opportunity. One more time, you can scan that QR code or just type in your web browser pia.edu/learn more. I wish all of you the best and brightest future, and I think you're definitely taking a step in the right direction by being here today live or watching this in a recording, looking into the options that are available to you. So thank you for taking some time with us today. Potentially I'll see you on campus at PIA.
All right, thank you so much. Next up, we have American College, Dublin.
Thanks so much, Melissa. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Oh, little view of my calendar. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Healy, and I am the rep from the American College Dublin. We are located in Dublin, Ireland, in the heart of the city. It's a really great location, and it's a really great walkable city. You can literally get to anywhere by foot, and we're located in a very prime spot. So I love showing this picture to start off my presentation because I think it gives a really good insight of what you can expect on any given street in Dublin. So this one, you can see it's a little bit smaller, has some smaller buildings, but it has a lot going on. So a lot of stores, restaurants, libraries, pubs, a lot of great things to just discover, which is the beauty of Dublin. There's just a lot of little nooks and crannies you can find. But then also in other parts of the city, there's bigger high-rise buildings, and it's a little bit more metropolitan. So it's a great balance between the two in the city, which I personally love about it. Then if you bring your viewpoint, To the back of the photo, you will see St. Anne's Church, and that is where we hold our formal graduation ceremonies. So there's something to look forward to a little further down the road. So to start off, we are an Irish American university, which means we uphold the standards of accrediting bodies from both Ireland and the US. So what this means for students is they can kind of look at the type of learner they are and choose the path that makes the most sense for them. So through the Irish accreditation, you would go on a more European style track. So that would be 3 years and you would only take courses under your major. So if you're only taking classes under international business, you're not going to be taking any English classes, let's say. And then if you decide to go with the accreditation from the US, you will be taking that more standard 4-year track. It's a little bit more liberal arts focused. So you can kind of have your hands in a few different cookie jars and figure out which classes you're interested in and maybe which path you want to take. So it's a great opportunity for you to kind of look at yourself and say, I want to get in, only take these classes, or I kind of want to explore. So we are a small school, about 1,000 students, which means that our classes are very small. They're typically less than 20 students. And we love this because it really allows for an interactive experience within the classroom. There's a lot of discussion and debate and breakout groups, and of course, a little sprinkle of Irish wit. But what our students love most about it is, though we are a small school, we're very diverse. We have students coming from all over the world. So in our really small classes, you're able to have these really interesting conversations and gather a lot of more different global perspectives on what you're talking about, which if you were going to maybe another school, you wouldn't exactly have that opportunity. So that's a really great option to think about. Dublin is your campus. As I mentioned before, we are located in the city center, in the heart of Dublin. And so we really want you to take advantage of that. We believe that it is just as important as learning about things in the classroom, but seeing them outside of the classroom in the city or the rest of the country and making that connection, like that full circle aha moment, to kind of see things and read about them and then be able to witness and experience them in real life. So we are an administration for our students. We're small by design, similar to our classes. And so our offices operate under an open door policy. All of our students are encouraged to drop by and get to know the staff. We really pride ourselves on being able to accommodate almost anything our students need. And the professors are really great. I was able to visit right before COVID hit, and I went out to lunch with all of the professors, had really great conversations with them. So they're extremely friendly and they really just want to make sure that you are getting everything that you need out of your experience. So these are the programs we offer. That 3-year bachelor's track that I mentioned before in international business and liberal arts, and then our 4-year bachelor's in international business, hospitality management, event management, and liberal arts. And then we also do a 4-year BFA in musical theater, performance, and creative writing. So as I mentioned before, we do have students come from every corner of the globe. And because of this, our requirements are aimed at gathering a very holistic view of the applicant. We really want to get to know who you are, what you're interested in, what drives you, what your passions are. And so because of this, what's required is a minimum 2.0 GPA, or a resume, and any previous third level transcripts for transfer students, and then a personal statement that describes why you would like to study your chosen area at ACD. So this is your opportunity to really let us get to know who you are, because we want to make sure that we are a good fit for you. So we really want you to paint a vibrant picture of yourself via this personal statement. We are test optional, verging on test blind. We have been forever. It wasn't just a COVID switch that we made, and we will be for the foreseeable future. So if you want to include your test scores, your AP test scores, anything like that, you're more than welcome to. If you think it rounds you out a little bit more as a student, but if you don't, then it will not be taken in a negative light. So our tuition and fees for non-European students is €9,000, and then our BFA is just a little bit more because you will be studying in different locations throughout the city and have a little bit different and more materials that you need for the classes and things along those lines. We do qualify for American federal aid, which is a great option. We just have a little code that I would be more than happy to share with you. And you can plug that in and just apply it right to the American College Dublin. We do operate under rolling admissions, so you can apply at any point. We encourage our students to do it, with enough time to get over to Ireland and make yourself, organized and excited to be there. But yeah, again, my name is Sarah Healy, and I will include my contact information in the chat below. Thank you so much for joining us. I enjoyed my time very much.
All right, next up, we have Fairleigh Dickinson University.
Hi everyone, my name is Danielle Balsamo. I am an admissions counselor for Fairleigh Dickinson University. So I'm just getting this set up for you guys to see. But a little bit about FDU. We are actually the largest private school in New Jersey. So what that basically means for you guys is that we have some really big opportunities. So we've got over 100+ majors, minors, and concentrations. We're the only school in the entire country to have an exclusive partnership with the Royal Shakespeare Conservatory in England, which is a top tier kind of internationally recognized institution for Shakespeare. We are the #7 hospitality school in the entire world, a top tier business school. But what's really cool is we actually have 2 main campuses. We feel and function like a small liberal arts school with a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So in addition to all of our majors and minors, we do also offer 43 4+1 programs. So these are programs in which you are able to complete a bachelor's and a master's degree in 5 years. We offer those in a wide range of degrees. So we have in creative writing an MFA, we've got an MBA program, we have in our engineering school as well. So there's some really great opportunities. As I said, we do some really strong academics, ranging from engineering to marine biology, hospitality and sports management to business, our arts programs, and then we do have a direct nursing program as well as several joint medical programs. So our first campus is our Metro campus. Our Metro campus is located in Teaneck, New Jersey. It is gorgeous. It's about 15 minutes from downtown Manhattan. So it's got this really cool kind of bustling feel to it from the city, but it is in a suburban area. So it does have all the comforts of the suburbs and a little bit more of a modern feel since this is the location of our engineering school. Our Forum campus, on the other hand, is a historical campus. We call it our picturesque campus because it is an old Vanderbilt estate. So if anyone knows the Vanderbilts, they were one of the wealthiest families at the time. They had a monopoly on the railroad station. So this campus actually is their old vacation home. They use about 6 weeks out of the year. So you have a stunning mansion with fountains, the yards, the campus, the acreage is actually designed by the architect at Central Park. So there's some really gorgeous views from this campus as well. This is the home of our School of Art. So that's important to note is that while the majority of our majors are on both campuses, the School of Art is only at Forum and the School of Engineering is only at Metro. Quick breakdown of those campuses. We are both D1 and D3. So our Metro campus is Division 1. There are 21 Division 1 teams. They are the Knights. It is a little bit larger of a campus, about 2,800 undergraduate students, but it is smaller acreage-wise. Being near the city, you are looking at a little bit more of a commuter population, about 50-50 in terms of students living on campus versus students that are commuting. Whereas our Forum campus is our D3 campus, the home of our football team. It has 23 Division 3 sports teams, and it is the Devils. It is also the larger of the 2 campuses acreage-wise, but smaller student population by about 20. You have about 2,500 undergraduate students. It is also our residential campus, so it has about 72% of our students living on campus across their 4 years. At FDU, it's important to us that you not only have your liberal arts experience, but you get some really hands-on experience. So a great example of this is our hospitality school, where we do an immersion program. You can live, work, and study for 2 to 4 years at a 3 to 5-star resort somewhere around the country or internationally. So not only are you getting a bachelor's degree, but you get to get that work experience, you're paid for your work experience, and you can graduate with upper-level managerial experience and a potential job offer. Outside of that, it is really important to us to go global with our students. So what this means is we own 2 of our very own international campuses, one of which is in Vancouver, Canada. The other is in Roxton, England. Our Roxton, England is a favorite campus. It actually is a castle with a kings and queens room. Used to be owned by a prime minister and was once an abbey. So if you're really looking to have an experience abroad and really want that kind of unique feel, our Rocks in England campus is a lot of fun. Outside of that, you can study anywhere else in the world. We only listed 3 here, but there's a full list available on our website. It's important to note that studying abroad is not going to be much more than it would be if you studied domestically. We do really aim to keep all your tuition and fees intact and your financial aid package to travel with you. In terms of application, you have the Common App or our website application to complete. You can pick the one that works best for you. We do have a November 1st early decision deadline that is binding, a December 1st early action deadline, which is non-binding, regular decision being January 31st, and following that is rolling. It is important to note if you apply by December 1st, you get a $50 application fee waiver, a $1,000 annual renewable grant, so that's $4,000 across all 4 years without any merit or need base being given yet, maximum scholarship consideration, and an accelerated admissions decision. What is required is going to be that application as well as your official high school transcripts. Everything else is completely optional with the exception of an audition if you're a theater major and SAT scores if you are a nursing major. That being said, my name is Danielle Balsamo. If you have any questions, I will be putting my name and information in the chat. Please don't hesitate to reach out.
All right, and last but not least, we have the University of Mississippi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Debbie McCain Wesley. I'm a regional admissions rep for the University of Mississippi, and I'm delighted to be here with you this evening to tell you more about our university. We are the flagship university located in the northern part of the state of Mississippi in a fabulous college town called Oxford. We have a little over 22,000 total students. For our undergrads, our freshman through senior, it's around 17,000. We have a 17-to-1 student faculty ratio, and our average class sizes tends to range around 34 students in a class. You can see other statistics here on the screen. Over 400 clubs and organizations. Approximately 81% of our incoming students receive some type of financial assistance to attend, and we have an 86% freshman to sophomore retention rate. At Ole Miss, the programs range in a variety of things, from the areas of the sciences to the arts and a whole lot in between. We offer over 120 programs of study that are situated within schools and or in our College of Liberal Arts. Many of them are nationally ranked, such as our School of Accountancy, our School of Pharmacy, as well as our School of Business. But you'll see other programs listed here that may be of interest to you. In addition to these particular majors, we have a number of special programs. These do require an additional and separate application for admission, but wonderful opportunities for students to be able to delve a little bit more deeply in their academic experience and really approach their learning in a more intentional and challenging way. We boast 2 language flagship programs in Chinese and Arabic. We also have an honors college, Croft Institute for International Studies, a Mississippi Excellence in Teaching program, of course, an early pharmacy entry option as well, and you'll see other things listed there. And I'll be happy to provide more information with you should you need it. And we also, when students aren't in class, they're busy. As I stated earlier, we have over 400 clubs and organizations at the university, and also an active Greek life system. So students were able to come and to get involved in a variety of things that they're drawn to and things that they feel passionate about. A lot of a student's college experience is centered around the residential community. Unlike a lot of places, at Ole Miss, we require our first-year students to live on campus with us. And we're going to give you a couple of options in terms of living in a traditional style housing versus contemporary style. But do know that they offer a number of amenities to make your space be a home away from home. After that first year, we tend to see about half and half of our students that may choose to live off campus. While they're there at Ole Miss with us, we have a number of campus resources for students, from free transit services. Students can bring a car, but you don't need one. You can just hop on the bus and it will take you throughout our community. A health center, 2 recreational centers, one that houses an indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool, and the other an indoor rock climbing wall. We are also in an area where there's a lot going on. And I think oftentimes students are a little bit pleasantly surprised to hear that in the state of Mississippi, that we attract a number, of artists and musicians and concerts and performances that comes to our campus there in the area that we love, called the Grove, but also to the town of Oxford. It has around 25,000 residents total. So when all of our students are on campus, we pretty much double the size of the town. I describe it as an artistic and culinary delight. Tons of James Beard Award-winning restaurants, various chefs, but also a really cool, artsy and eclectic type of scene that's taken place there. As I stated earlier, over 81% of our students receive some type of financial assistance to attend. And you can kind of see that itemized listing here. I actually have boosted that total cost for non-residents up to around $43,000. But we offer academic merit awards. We also have a wonderful scholarship application program that will assist students financially in making it possible for them to be able to come to Mississippi and be a part of our community. Applying to Ole Miss is quite simple. We have our institutional app as well as the Common app. We will be test optional for students next year entering for fall 2023. So no need to submit those test scores, but you may want to consider submitting them for those academic merit scholarships. But simply submit an admissions application, your high school transcript. Some of those special programs will require letters of recommendation. They will require you listing additional information about who you are. We are curious to know how you manage your time. And a question that I often will ask students is, when your school day ends, how does the rest of your day begin? And so there will be opportunities on our application, certainly when hopefully you'll be able to meet with me as your admissions rep for Ole Miss, just so I can have the opportunity to get to know more about you. And certainly you'll have the opportunity to get to know more about Ole Miss and how it could possibly fit within your college search process. Of course, we would love for you to come and visit us. We are welcoming visitors to our campus twice a day, in the morning and in the afternoon. So please take the time and maybe plan a road trip south and come and see us. My contact information is here, and I'm going to drop it in the chat for you as well. Thank you so much for your time this evening.
All right, I just want to invite everyone back on screen. I do have a few questions. We'll see if we can get through both of them, but we're going to start with, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go through the same order, starting with Edinboro University.
So advice for someone going through the college process is make sure you visit campuses. Make sure you visit that campus you want to call home for the next 4 years, because at the end of the day, that's what that is. That's going to be your home. Make sure you're comfortable. You can see yourself in the campus and the community. If you're still really early in that process, make a list. Start at 10, narrow it down, and just make sure you can see yourself at home there.
So I think going off of that too, if you ever have a chance to talk to current students or sit in on a panel where current students are, sharing their experiences, definitely take that opportunity. Again, it kind of goes in with, figuring out if you can see yourself there, if you can kind of see yourself fitting into that student population, and just kind of hearing, what it's really like from students. You'll definitely kind of see all of us a lot throughout the process, but definitely seek out current students if you can too.
I'll go ahead. I'll give you a philosophical and a tangible. The philosophical is empowerment through exploration, whether it's trade school, community college, 4-year school, or just different options. look into all that's available to you so you can find the one that's right for you, your personality, your passions, your ultimate goals. And then my tangible organizational one is create a separate email for your college exploration. Nowadays, our personal emails get so full with streaming subscriptions and so many things that things get lost, especially once you begin that admissions process. So if you create that separate email that you're just using for your college search or even your admissions process once you've decided where you want to go, I think that can be really beneficial to not miss anything and stay on top of everything you need to.
I would say don't be afraid to ask as many questions as you possibly can. This can be a very, overwhelming process at times, but I would say it's never too early or too late to ask questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to help and just, lend a helping hand in any part of the process that we can.
Yeah, for me, I think the biggest thing of note is to keep an open mind and make your own decisions. It can be really easy to sort of fall into the trap of, my parents went here, or they want me to look in the state, or my friends or my, significant other is looking at the school. It's really about you, right? This is a chance for you to really build yourself, build, the career, the life that you really want to do. And if, you can't do that if you're not following what's important to you. So look for the school that fits with you, maybe a surprise. I know that I had a surprise of what school I thought I would be at. So, really take the time to do the research, be open-minded, and then fixate on what's important to you and not everybody else.
I really don't have anything to add to what my colleagues have already shared. Certainly with the opportunities to visit college campuses either in person and or virtually, keep a journal, write down notes, especially if you're on campus and you're going to be visiting a lot of places, possibly jot down like what it felt like, what you liked, maybe what you wish you had seen that you didn't, so that you can refer to those particular notes. Certainly we are here to assist you. So allow us to do that. Be in touch with us so that we can help you throughout this journey.
Awesome. That's all great advice for our students. We do have time for our second question here. So what is one thing you want students to remember about your institution? Now we'll go through the same order, starting with Edinboro.
So something to remember about Edinboro, it's kind of a fun fact thing. So with Edinboro, we are Scottish in heritage. So our big thing is that we have tartan plaid everywhere. The best component I like to say is the gift that keeps giving, whether you want it or not, is our fight song is played with bagpipes. So it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning. You're in your dorm room on a Saturday for football games and all you hear are bagpipes. So it becomes a love-hate relationship, but as an alum, it is something you really cherish. So it's something unique and different for us that really brings something to your heart for you.
I think the biggest thing to remember about Emmanuel, and something our students bring up all the time, when we ask them what's your favorite thing about campus, is that we are in a major city, you are right in Boston, but you have a super traditional campus. You have a big quad, you have lots of green space, areas to get outside, but also get to be in Boston, kind of a best of both worlds situation and pretty unique for a city school. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing to remember about us.
I think what I'd like you to take away from PIA is that the hands-on educational approach that we embrace, not only that, but that you'll be working on actual aircraft, aviation, and avionics equipment while in our program. So getting a piece of, if it's your passion and interest, that industry, and really having something that for the right kind of student that likes to learn in that way could put them in a position to succeed not only at PIA, but also into the industry. So if you've ever seen planes fly overhead, helicopters, anything like that, you could work on them while at our school.
Mine is also a bit, more of a fun fact. So Oscar Wilde, the main building of our campus where you'll be taking a majority of your classes is actually his childhood home. So he grew up in the building, so there's a lot of history, very cool feelings in there. And we recently redid it where it's all historically accurate. It was the exact same color when he was there, everything like that. So it's a really great opportunity to really study in history and immerse yourself in the culture.
I think for FDU, the biggest thing to remember is how amazing the people are. So I feel like every school has some really great majors, every school has some really great programs. There's something distinctly amazing about the people at FDU, that the faculty all want to really work with you, that, you know, I'm still friends with some of my faculty. So I think that's a really important thing. And I always joke around that you don't think about that when you're in New Jersey, but it really is just a great place to be with all of the people.
And at the University of Mississippi, my background here, the Walk of Champions, is this area that we're known for. It's called the Grove. And it welcomes students when they arrive in the fall for convocation as they, you know, begin their college experience. It's football season. This is where our football team makes its way, you know, to the stadium. Thousands of students cheering, fans and friends cheer them on the way, chanting "Hotty Toddy." But in the spring, it's where commencement takes place. So it's just a place where students can find themselves. It's their home. It's the heartbeat of our campus. And we just want students to invite you so you can come here and get a feel for it.
Awesome. I just want to thank everyone for joining us tonight, our college representatives, and also our students and families. Just a few things before we end our session. There will be a quick survey for all of our attendees. 5 quick questions once you close out your screen. Just let us know how we did with our session. Reminder, there is more sessions happening after this one and also later on this week, so you can hear from some more awesome colleges and universities. And again, this recording will be available online at strivescan.com/Pennsylvania. So you can refer back if you missed any information or you want to catch some more information from these awesome colleges and universities. I just want to thank everybody again, and I want to wish the best of luck to everyone on their college search process. Have a good evening, everyone.